The V30S ThinQ is a half step above last year's V30 in terms of spec improvements. As such, the value put forward seems poor compared to recent smartphone stunners. The LG V30S ThinQ is the smartphone mistake that LG can't afford to make. As a follow-up to the competent LG V30 released in 2017, this new Android phone serves little purpose beyond confusing people with a different name, yet few other changes. Oh, and serving as a launchpad for AI Cam and QLens, its new AI-centric initiatives found in the camera app. You'll find the internal storage has gotten a boost from 64 GB to 128 GB by default, and that its RAM is now pushed up to 6 GB, a consolatory addition since it's missing out on the Snapdragon 845 chipset that's in the Samsung Galaxy S9, S9 Plus, Sony Xperia XZ2 and likely most Android flagship phones to follow in 2018. Bizarrely, the minor hardware differences are the only things setting it apart from last year's standard V30 model. LG shared at MWC 2018 that the aforementioned smart camera features will be making their way to older V30 phones. With that much being known, there's not a whole lot of steam behind this release, unless barely incremental tweaks to the hardware is enough to get you excited. That's not to say, out of this context, that V30S ThinQ isn't an awesome phone. There's a tremendous foundation on which it was built. Its new smart AI features are functional and when they work, they're fairly impressive, though your mileage may vary based on your reliance on automation. The big problem here is that getting along without them, and opting for the now cheaper LG V30, will work just fine, especially since these features are said to be in process of being ported over. Looking to pick up one of the new LG V30S ThinQ phones? We've asked LG when they'll hit store shelves, both virtual and at physical brick-and-mortar locations around the globe. At the time of writing, US availability has not been announced, and the release date for other regions hasn't been nailed down either. In terms of price, don't expect anything cheap. The V30 launched at $809 unlocked in US, £799, $1,199, for the V30 Plus, the only option available in Australia. It's unlikely that LG would make its approach for much less, if at all, especially since last year's model hasn't dropped in price all that much. LG's latest comes in at a strange time for phones, after the iPhone X and Samsung Galaxy Note 8 debuted north of $1,000, and equally fetching options like the Google Pixel 2, OnePlus 5T, Essential Phone, and even the Samsung Galaxy S9 cost far less. Even if it launches at the same price as last year,